A quick note before we begin. It is often a good idea to just format your system before you begin to help avoid any possible issues and possibly free up some space. Formatting will remove all data, but will leave the current PSN account on the system. The previous PSN account can be removed after the mod if required, using a homebrew application called Simple Account Switcher. First of all, let's check your current situation. Open the Settings app. And go to System. Then System Information, and take a look at your software version and what it says for your capacity. If, like this example, you're running a version lower than 3.65, then you will first need to perform a system update. This shouldn't take long, so just follow the process through. If you're already running 3.65 or above, then you could still update for a clean start. If you're already running 3.65 or above, but your storage shows a minus symbol, this means your Vita 1000, also known as FAT, has no memory card, and you will need to unlock the 1 GB of internal space to continue. But if you have a Vita 2000, also known as Slim, or you have a PSTV, then you will already have some storage, and you can skip forward to the time shown on screen. Otherwise, go to the browser application and type into the address bar jailbreak.psvita.group and press enter to open the page. From here, just tap on Unlock My Vita, and then on Unlock. If you see an error message, then give it another go, or even reboot and try again. But you should see the Hello Bootstrap menu. Select Install Henkaku, then select Replace Near with Vita Deploy, and press square when asked. Once installed, it should reboot automatically. Open the browser again. And select Unlock My Vita. Then tap Unlock, just like you did before to open the menu again. But this time just select Exit. This is to activate the temporary mod. Now open the Settings application and go into Henkaku Settings. Make sure that all 3 boxes are checked and your spoofed version is set to 3.74. Close the settings and look for Vita Deploy or VDEP and open it. From the menu, scroll down and select Miscellaneous. Then select Create an internal memory card. Now select I understand. From here we need to be careful. Make sure you select the option that says Default to XXX Storage Configurations, and then press any button to reboot. Open the settings again and select Format. Then select Format Memory Card. You should now see the 1 GB of storage. Format the card, and once again the system will reboot. If we now go back into Settings, and check the system information, you should be able to confirm that we have a software version of 3.65 or over, and the capacity is showing us some usable storage. If you have just gone through the process of unlocking the internal 1 GB storage of the 1000 series Vita, then some of this guide will already be familiar to you, and you will be repeating steps, but still just follow along. If you have skipped to this part of the video, then you are confirming that you're running software 3.65 or over, and you have usable storage. Let's begin. After confirming a software version of 3.65 or over, and we have storage space, close the Settings app. Open the browser application. And type into the address bar jailbreak.psvita.group and press Enter to open the page. From here, just tap on Unlock My Vita, and then on Unlock. If you see an error message, then give it another go, or even reboot and try again. But you should see the Henlo Bootstrap menu. Select Install Henkaku. Then select Install Vita Deploy. Select Exit. Now open the Settings application and go into Henkaku Settings. Make sure that all 3 boxes are checked and your spoofed version is set to 3.74. Close the settings. Look for the Vita Deploy application and open it. Scroll down and select Install a different OS, then select Quick 3.65 Install. This will start downloading a few items. When asked, press X to continue, and again to confirm. Let the process install and reboot itself. If we now go back into Settings and check the system information, you should now see we are running a Jailbroken software version 3.65, indicated by the symbols after the version number. We have successfully jailbroken our system. So now let's get some useful apps. Close the settings and go back to the browser. If you still have the Jailbreak page opened, you can select the button QAD. Otherwise, go to the address download.psvita.group. Press Continue, and then on OK to open the installer menu. Just like the Jailbreak site, if you have issues, then reboot and try again. Once you see the menu screen, select to install the Quick App Downloader. Then exit after it installs. Open the App Downloader and install the following applications from the list: Adrenaline, Adrenaline Bubble Manager, Custom Theme Manager, PKGJ, UXO to SD Clone Tool, and finally, Vita Shell. Close the downloader and you'll see your newly installed applications. Let's open Adrenaline to finish off its installation. Just press X when prompted. Then X again. Follow through the setup. To exit Adrenaline, double-press the PS button. Now let's prepare and set up the SD card. Open Vita Deploy, and if you haven't already, carefully insert the SD card into the SD to Vita adapter and pop it into the game card slot. From the menu, scroll down and select Miscellaneous. Select Format as Storage Device. This should already be set for the SD to Vita and the TextFAT file system. Press Format Target Storage. If the format fails, then try again. Maybe even see if a reboot helps. If you're still having issues, you might have a fake or faulty SD card or a damaged adapter. If you can, try another card or format it in another device first. After a successful format, reboot your system and then launch the clone tool. Press X, then again for SD to Vita. Then once more, and the system will reboot itself. And it should relaunch the clone tool automatically. Press X again, and it will start copying all the data from the original storage onto the SD card. After the files have copied, press X for one final time, and it will once again reboot. If we now go back into Settings and check the system information, you should now see that the capacity is that of your SD card. Congratulations! You are now running a jailbroken system with your SD card as the primary storage. You can now stop this video and enjoy your device, or stick around for more information about PKGJ, Adrenaline Bubble Manager, and the Custom Themes Manager, along with a few tips that may be handy. Let's start with PKGJ. When you first open it, there is nothing listed. Press triangle and select Refresh. And you will soon see a whole bunch of games. Press triangle again and select Show PSP Games. We are going to grab a game to use as an example. Scroll down and select 5-in-1 Solitaire. And then close the app when the download finishes. You may notice that even though we just downloaded a game, nothing is showing on the menu screen. This is because PSP and PS1 games only show in Adrenaline, unless you create an app bubble for it. When you open the Bubble Manager for the first time, it will add a required plugin and reboot. Open the Bubble Manager again, and you should see the game we downloaded earlier. Before making our first bubble, press the Start button to open the settings. Change the bubble ID so it says Game ID. Then press Start to save the settings. You can now press X on the game and then type a name in for it. Once done, you can close the app and you should now see the game's bubble. Remember, this bubble is just a shortcut to the game. If you delete it, you're only deleting the shortcut. The actual game file will still exist. You can delete the game itself in the Adrenaline app. If you are adding games to Adrenaline manually, then you need to make sure that you're using the correct file formats and correct folder location on the memory card. PSP have to be ISO files, and PS1 are eBoot files, and need to be placed in the locations shown here. Next, we have the Custom Themes Manager. As you may have guessed, we can use this to download and install user-created themes. Just remember to also use this app if you want to uninstall a theme. If you're interested in creating your own theme, there is a PC tool you can download called Theme Builder. If after applying your custom theme and rebooting, your theme resets to default, follow this quick fix. Open Vita Shell and go to the location, TMO, and into a folder called NPDRM. Press triangle and select New, then New File. Name the file act.dat. then reboot. This should have now fixed the issue. Another useful application, which we didn't download earlier, is Auto Plugin 2. You can use the Quick App Downloader to install it. Plugins can be installed to give your system extra features or remove restrictions. However, a word of warning. It is highly advised that you research what the plugins actually do before removing or installing them, as you could cause issues with your system. You may notice that when you try to launch Adrenaline or created bubbles, you need to tap it twice. This plugin will fix it. If you have a Vita TV, then the plugin Dolce Polce, or however it's pronounced, is highly useful to unblock restricted games. After making any changes, you will be prompted to reboot for the plugins to take effect. If the system isn't booting anymore due to a bad plugin, hold the left trigger while powering on, and it will temporarily disable all of the plugins, including the one that manages your SD card. This means your system will boot with the old storage again. Install Auto Plugin 2 and use it to remove the bad plugin. Then reboot normally to reactivate the plugins, giving back your SD storage. Hopefully this video has helped you, but please feel free to join the community on the Facebook group page. You can easily find us by using the address facebook.psvita.group.